And welcome everyone to a Scouts of Entertainment 4v4 Siege Battle Replay today's scenario at Minas Tirith. That replay was set up by Flame of Arnor and his mates, so thank you to all for participating in the battle and also getting this battle off the ground and making it what it was today. Now I'll post the rules for the replay in the description below and on my Discord server. We'll try and go through the cliff notes of the battle today and what the rules are essentially. But basically how it will start is cavalry from Faramir are on the run trying to get to Minas Tirith. Reinforcements will try and leave Minas Tirith to try and bring them home while Harad and Rune and the Mordor Cav try to pursue and destroy them. The siege towers from the attackers will go to the walls, and then the infantry can only use the siege towers and the gate to attack Minas Tirith. The attacking catapults can't knock down any of the Minas Tirith walls, so a little bit tough for the attackers. Now, 4 minutes after the gate is breached, Rohan can move in, and the attackers can't deploy pikes or spears on their flank where the Rohan forces are attacking until Rohan has engaged, or 10-15 seconds apparently, away from hitting, which I don't know how they're going to gauge that, but that's the rule. Then spears and pikes can move in, so maybe we'll just see the attackers have the spears and pikes close by, and then as soon as they get close enough, maybe they'll just move to try and defend their flank. We'll see if that happens or not. What else is there? Okay, once Rohan reaches the middle deployment zone, which I'm assuming is where the Hydrum is sitting, apparently it's what this says, that's when the Inar's Rim can also move. So it looks like some of the Runic Cav can move and some can't, but apparently the Rune has some Inar's Rim that they can't use until Rohan engages or gets to the middle, so we'll see about that. Once Mulkill reaches the front lines, then Gondor 2 can move in. Attackers must capture Minas Tirith to win. Obviously, defenders must destroy the attackers to win. And we'll see how well that turns out for everybody today. But for now, let's go through the army comps today. And we have here the first of the attacking armies. We have two Mordor armies. We have one commanded by Dominion R, and we'll start with his. He's got some Blackguard of Barad-dûr here. We've also got some Orc Archers, some Olag High, some Morona Infantry. We've also got the Beast of Golgoroth, which are meant to represent the Beast of Grond, I think. We have here some Morona Infantry, Morona Archers, Temple Executioners here, not armoured, more Olag High, some Moron Guard, some Sauron's Will, more Miasmokal Chosen, 3 units there of them, some Nazgul, Uruk Captains, some Moron Halberds. There's the Temple Inquisitors we talked about, Morona Infantry here, more Halberds, Orc Archers, Orc Maulers, the Troll Catapults, more Orc Maulers, 2 units there, make that 3. We have Tintin commanding Harad, who's got some Hadrian Spearmen, a couple units there. Serpent's Fangs, 3 units here of Pikemen. Some Hadrian Spearmen, some Dismounted Serpent Guard, armoured up. It would make sense for most of the attacking forces to be armoured where possible, especially if they're attacking after all. We have here some Serpent Guard, 2 units there of them. War Beasts, 2 units. Black Serpents, 2 units here of Mumakil, it would seem. We have some Sathron Lancers and some Sathron Raiders, 2 units there, Raiders. 3 units total of Lancers. Some Easteron Horse Guard here, which is Rune commanded by the Warlord. Easteron Horse Guard here. Varag Mercenaries and more Horse Guard and Mercenaries, so 2-2 there. We have Beastie 70 commanding the 2nd Mordor Army, who has some Moron Halberds here. Moron Guard Maulers. Another unit there of Maulers, Moron Halberds, Moron Infantry, Moron Guard, more Halberds, Maulers, and I think there are Captains there as well. Guard, and I think we've already covered all that there. That belongs to Dominion R. We have over here the rest of Warlord's army. He's got some Lurk Flag Rim, Varag Mercenaries, 3 units there, like Inar's Rim, 2 units, some Easteron Clansmen there, all armoured, make that 4 I think total, possibly 5. Some Lurk Sarim there, 2 units, Lurk Flag Rim, Gamp Rim, 2 units there of Gamp Rim, maybe a couple units of Flag Rim, and I think that's it there for the attackers. So let's move on to the defenders. Over here we have Farkin. He's got some Gondor Cav, some veterans of Osgiliath. This must be the force trying to retreat back to the city. That's where the Cav will race out of the city to try and save them, or at least keep the enemy at bay long enough for the refugees to make it back alive. We have some Citadel Guard here, some Ithilien Rangers, definitely try and save them at all costs. Some veterans of Osgiliath armoured up. We have some guys with Osgiliath, couple units there of them. Jeez, with the guys with Osgiliath, They'll definitely need the varied mercenaries to pepper them from the sides, I reckon. You can't really charge that force with Cav. We have some Gondor Cav here. 2 units there total, I reckon. And that's the force. Over here, looks like we have Rohan over here. Yep, the massive army of Rohan. Jeez, commanded by Hammer. That's an appropriate name. After all, he's going to bring the Rohan Hammer down on the attacking Mordor, Rune, and Haradrim forces. Some low skirmish, Riddermark skirmishes here, 2 units. Some Riddermark cavalry, Riders of the Fold. Red Shield of Ekebrun, a lot of missile cav. More Riders of the Fold. More Eastmark Horse Archers here. Riddermark cavalry, First Master's Bodyguard. More Riddermark cav. Sons of Earl over there. Some Erud of Alberg, 2 units there. Look at 3. Decent cav. Westmark Marshals and Shield Maidens of Rohan, which is probably meant to represent Eowyn after all. Alright. We'll actually cover the rest of the defending forces outside of the city. We have over here Tucker the Gamer. We have some Pinnithgallen Cavalry, a couple units there of them, some Gondor Cav, 2 units there, could be 2 too. We have some Citadel Guard, 2 units there, the Northian Honor Guard, Pelican Marines, couple units there, some Axemen of Lostenark, 2 units there, Gondor Archers, Wardens of the White Tower, more Fountain Guard, 3 units there of Gondor Spearmen, and maybe some Gondor Archers as well mixed in there. For the most part, yeah, army was very tidy and easy to commentate on Tucker, so thank you for that. Over here we have the other defending forces. We have Farkin, commanding 2nd Gondor Force. We have some Nothian Honor Guard here, Fountain Guard here, along with some Marksmen of Care Andros, 2 units. Gondor Spearmen, 2 units, 3 units here total. We have some Knights of the Silver Swan, some Pedril Horse Archers, Wanderers of Nimrodal, Knights of the Silver Swan, some Arathim of Dol Amroth, more Peridil Riders, some Spundle Knights of the Silver Swan, and some Peridil Horse Guard, and maybe 2 units here total of Peridil Riders. And the Mithrander's Retune as well. You've got to have Gandalf after all. Next we have some Dornella Pikemen, Blackstone Renegades, Tirith Marksmen, and we'll just see if there's any forces here up on the 2nd level. There might be. We have a Trebuchet, along with some Raven Helms of Care Andros. Go through the wall here. We have here Raven Helms of Care Andros and a 2nd Trebuchet as well. So it's going to be a tough ask here for the attackers. We'll see if they can pull it off. But for now, let's get this battle started, everyone. Enjoy. Alright, here we go, guys. Gondor, Minas Tirith has sent out their cav force to try and save the refugees. They're about a kilometre or so ahead of us. You can see here the attacking forces moving in from the east. Very clever, actually, making them come from the east like that. Very appropriate. You can see here, remember the charge from in the movies. They're running back. Those guys on the foot, and those guys on the horse back. Surprised the Gondor Cav has to rush back, but I guess that makes sense. That's what they did in the movies after all. I thought they might stay outside and try and fend off the attackers. But here we go. Nice charge here from the Temple Inquisitors. That's definitely what you want. Oh yeah, this charge definitely favoured the attackers. It worked out well. It was a big mistake actually from the defenders to charge with their Peridil Riders, because they are a melee cav unit. Temple Inquisitors have a decent charge themselves, but the Temple Inquisitors definitely far superior to the Peridil Horse Guard. Yeah, it looks like they are in loose formation. I think that's because they have to be. That's why the cavalry is doing so well against them. But the Guards with Skilleth are doing well despite that. Taking out a number here of the Temple Inquisitors, reducing them to 8 very quickly. We've got a large contingent here of Missile Cav. We've also got some Knights of Silver Swan here just circling the enemy Cav. It looks like they're about to get sandwiched actually. Looks like they're on fire at will and have guard mode on. Jeez, the attackers need more cav. They should have had more cav probably for this charge. We're up against superior melee cav. We got the Arathrim, which are decent in melee and they're really hard to kill. But they're not in the fight actually. We know Ruin had a lot of horse. They had 3 units or so of horse guard. Oh, there's the arrow through him. The mercenary riders here just trying to pepper the defenders, try and take as many as they can. They are up against it. With melee calves so close by, this kind of formation probably isn't doing the attackers any favours. This formation, after all, is to discourage enemy fire. But the defenders don't need to fire on these guys to kill them, they just need to charge into them to kill them. You can see how well that's working out for them. We've got a lot of attacking units here, but they're down to scraps now. I don't know, to make this opening battle a bit more interesting, the attackers should have had a bit more cav on their side. Or should have been able to attack with some high quality cav as well. It just seemed like they just charged after them with light tier stuff, really. Light to borderline medium tier with the horse guard, I suppose. But I guess the rules are now, I think the defending cav needs to fall back. So yeah, this battle's over for now, and so we'll do a small cut and come back once we see. Alright guys, we're back because Golemroth here rode up to the front of the attacking army and is just peppering them a little bit. We've got Farkin with his Gondor cav coming in. Now this charge has some chance. Didn't pan out well for him. This charge went a bit better, but it's up against Orc archers, so that's why. Charging the Sauron's Will to fend off the cav isn't the best move. Yeah, solid charge there. Took out a number of the Sauron's Will. The rock probably saved a large portion of them. Now, the defending cav being so far away from their general and the rest of the army, they shouldn't last long here. They should break pretty quickly, actually. I just got it on ×2 speed because I don't think this battle's going to last very long. Yeah, they're already broken. The Imperial Rise will just fire away, get some light kills here and there, but ultimately won't really have too much of an impact here on the attacking armies. More just sort of poking the bear, really. Now, I've got the Knights of the Silver Swan here. This can do some serious damage. 4 Knights and Knights of the Silver Swan. We're on the Halberds in tight formation, actually. I didn't think I was allowed to do that. I thought he had to be in loose formation until the armies reached the walls. I could be wrong about that. Hopefully the players can clarify that in the comment section below. Okay, Swan Knights here. Okay, they're going to get trapped and gone. Oh, okay. Look, attackers, hold your fire, man. Hold your fire. I'm going right into the siege tower there. Waste of ammo. Knights of the Silver Swan holding very strong, all things considered. So far away from the army, they held down until they were down to 6. That's impressive. I've seen the Guaithe Rochador break at 28 being this far. Knights of the Silver Swan clearly have better morale than the Guaithe Rochador. Alright, here we go. We've got the remaining forces here falling back into the city. We'll follow them to the gate, and then we'll do a small cut and come back to the next battle. Or machination. Alright guys, we're back. We've got the Gondor archers here, a bit bunched up on the walls actually, but firing into the attacking forces below. I don't know if they have to fire this soon. It's kind of, well, it is a waste of ammunition. Most of the army's not even in place. Well, most of the attacking forces aren't even in range. This is a screening force. And the Southbound Pikemen, not the kind of units you just want to have on the front lines and let the enemy pepper to death. You know, you expect the light troops to do that, but not so much. with some of Farah's best troops. We've got the catapults firing below, which is appropriate. Direct hit, obviously 20% damage, needs 5 to destroy it completely. It's unlucky for that catapult shot to land right in this gap. What are the odds of 2 catapult shots from 2 different catapult units hitting the exact same area? And by that I mean right in between the enemy forces, harmlessly just leaving everyone else alone. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a good hit. Getting some hits here, some decent hits. Sauron's Will is very lucky to get away with that. That's the second hit though for this siege tower, so maybe they're trying to target this one deliberately. Still got more than 20,000 frames left in this fight. We're a long ways to go. Now remember, Rohan can't move until the gate's been breached. 4 minutes after the gate's been breached. The archers, I don't know if the archers are still firing or if they have any archers on this side. It doesn't look like it, does it? They seem to be all over here. Why here though? They seem really determined to kill all these Haradrim pikemen. I don't remember reading that in the rules that they must shoot the Haradrim pikemen. Surely there's better targets. Maybe save your ammunition. Alright. Forces are on the walls here. Now once the gate is breached, the beasts of Gorgoroth need to charge through, and that's going to be the Ologhai, obviously. And the attackers must commit. There's no holding back, guys. This is going to be a full-on onslaught once we get underway. Once that gate goes down, basically it's unleash hell Roman style. They don't stop until they either win or die. So it should be interesting. They got to hold off against the Gondor forces. The attacking forces must get inside the city really before that second Gondor army gets in, or before Rohan really has a chance to get through their spears and pikes, if that's even possible. They got a lot of archers. Rohan has a lot of archers in their ranks, and the attackers need to somehow screen them, keep them at bay from the main body of their attacking forces until they're safely inside. So they've got a very limited window to get safely inside the city before the defending forces outside converge on them, and then they're being attacked from all sides, front, back, side, whatever. They don't really see attacking forces lasting too long against that kind of pressure, unless they can somehow get through inside the city and wipe out everybody. Now, got their first troops inside. Orc is charging in. A little bit premature. They're attacking with little support. We'll see how long they last. Jeez, they need more troops inside on these walls now. More infantry moving up. Against Rainhounds and Candros, not really the fairest of fights. They need Sauron's Will here to sort of lead the charge, and backed up, of course, by the Moran infantry, not leading with light troops against heavy troops. You're just going to waste your men, your orcs in this case. Orc Maulers are fairly decent fighters. And we've got Dolomarith here trying to surge through the Maulers. That's actually very good for the attackers, man. Somebody's trying to surge and push through. They're going to lose a lot of men doing that, or at least take a lot of damage. Okay, more infantry getting on the walls. Only way down those through that tower. I'm not too sure what the minion's trying to do there with them. Maybe they're glitched. We'll obviously find out soon enough. More infantry on the walls here are exposed to enemy fire. We've got some Tirith marksmen that could put some nice flanking fire into them and send them packing very quickly, faster than the Raven Helms could. But it looks like they're not going to fire on them. So we also have Wanderers and Marauders. 1 or 2 volleys from the Wanderers here will just negate that attack instantly. But it looks like they're going to break any second anyway. And Wanderers will wipe those guys out faster than we could blink. Serpent's Guard here, fairly decent attack now going on. Now Tintin's joined the fray. Got more Orc Maulers here from Beastie. You got the defenders here trying to push back on the walls and trying to push the attacking forces back. Dominion now has Orc Maulers inside the city. We've got Ruin here pouring through, almost unopposed. That's excellent. Just scramble, get inside there, guys, now. Probably keep some of the spears outside, you know. You gotta, once the Raheem gets close, you're gonna need spears to sort of keep your remaining forces here safe from enemy charges to a degree. But it's in the best interest of all attacking forces to get inside the city as fast as possible. Especially once this gate goes down. Which they're yet to do. They also want to try and get as many of their forces in place before they move that gate. They're moving it through right now. So it looks like the Beasts of Gorgoroth are going to try and charge through at the same time. The Olokai knocked down the gate. There are captains here now. It's too bad Ruin doesn't have any of the shadow bows. Would have definitely helped them out here. Got a Troll Catapult moving up. Hadrian Spearman joining the Serpent Guard. We saw that earlier. Raven Helm's down to 58. That's almost 50% strength. The remaining forces just sort of waiting. There's more Chosen now moving up. Probably should send in the Nazgul against the Raven Helms there. A bit of a risk, but as long as they're surrounded by Gondor forces, it should negate any javelins or potential arrows coming their way. It's only when the Nazgul wipe out all the defending forces on the walls should they be concerned about skirmish fire. Yeah, see, most of the forces... Okay, here we go. Most of the forces are at the walls, so they should be in tight formation. Now, time is up. 4 minutes. We gotta try and get... When they're gonna attack, they gotta hurry up here. Get inside. We've got... Is that Moron Archers here? Moron Archers firing in. I mean, look, they're gonna let you fire into them. Might as well. Maybe too soon sending the Olokai then. They're copying arrow fire from their own troops. The Dealing Rangers aren't firing yet. Got a Blackguard at Barad-dûr. They got to push. The Dealing Rangers can't allow to be fired. They can't allow any fire from the Dealing Rangers. Alright, definitely going to pose a question to the Farkin here now. Were you not allowed to fire your Rangers into these guys? Because you basically had the attackers by the walls here. Literally. You could have destroyed this attack straight away if you wanted to. I didn't see that in the rules. Alright, the Rangers, they're firing. But luckily, I think for the attackers, most of their forces are at the front lines, or at least a lot of their good troops are in the front lines. That fire is fairly decent. You can see the attackers slowly advancing, but with their Healing Ranger fire, that's taking the wind out of this push big time. They need another unit of Olakai to charge in right now to try and break them up. It's good to see the Blackguard Barad-dûr finally pushing through, but we should have seen that earlier from them. They were in place a long time ago before they finally started pushing through. They're at 90, not bad, 96. The best thing for Dominion Yard to do right here would be to charge through the Blackguard like he's doing and then try and move across. And just sort of disrupt this formation, get them trying to fight every direction. And that way the front line can push through more easily and take out more of this front line defense. The attackers could have done a little bit better here with that. They didn't really use the Blackguard Barad-dûr just now to their fullest effect. And it's a bit unlucky there for them. We've got some veterans of Asgiliath unarmored. They're taking a lot of fire. Alright, looks like the Rodahinum are on the move. The big Rohirrim charge. Now, remember, attackers can't really react to them until they get really close. We've got Southbound Pikemen close by. Alright. And they're in tight formation. What's going on here? These guys here aren't at the walls. That fight looks like coming from the Serpent's Fangs. It is. Ridmark Cavalry charging in. Beastie trying to fend them off, but with more infantry. You've got some more on the halberds here, but halberds is the only really, some Hadrian Spearmen are here as well. Tinker's got to bring these guys back. Maybe send up more on infantry. Can't really do much sitting there. Hammer's attacking from one point, one position. Okay, now these are all these skirmishes. And the poor attackers only have one unit to really fire back here. I suppose it's a good thing Hammer has them on guard mode and fire at will. Ooh, bad place to fire. A lot of those javelins went into that ram there just now. 27 to 44. We have a lot of arrow fire here coming into the attacking forces. That's not good for them. The Healing Rangers out of ammunition, so that's great news for the attackers. Cavalry coming in, but that's useless. Charging through defending forces. No, that's less than useless. Probably should wait for this defense to fall if it's gonna fall, and then use the cav. That way they can at least get a charge in, maybe. Royal infantry here against Raven Helms. Obviously a one-sided battle there. Got some Serpent's Fangs coming up. They're going to join the battle down below. 33 to 51, still evenly matched apparently. Defenders looking pretty good. Not really seeing a lot of high quality troops here on the attacker's side. need to see the Nazgul. Yeah, you've got Urk captains here. They should be committed. I don't know what they're doing standing there. Get him into the fight. Dominion's got some more like high here. Got to send them in. The Mumakil, they're finally being committed. The Loki Inastrim and War Beasts also charging in. They were activated when Rohan reached the center. But they had a lot of ground to cover, which makes sense why they're only arriving now. And they were really needed. Like Inastrim chasing off the Rohan forces. We've got some Ridmark skirmishers here. Chasing Serpent Guard. Now, if the skirmishers have ammunition, they should be able to just fire javelins as they run away. But they have their axes out. Ooh, okay. War Beast took out Hammer's general. So Rohan general is dead. There goes Theoden. Killed by the wrong cav unit, but I suppose he was still killed by Harad, so maybe we let him off with that one. Where's Eowyn? There she is. Here comes Gondor. Their cav's coming in. They're going to hammer this side. There's not a lot of good units on this side to really do anything. BC's forces here were at the walls. They should have been allowed to get into tight formation there, according to the rules. We got more Pentagon cavalry coming in. War Beast, Tintin, you're going for the wrong unit. They should have charged at the Pentagon cavalry. They were much closer. They're charging after the wrong cavalry. Okay, looks like the Olag High unit's being committed. We got the Troll Catapult being sent in. Nice shot. Catapult took out one of the trebuchets. Also took out some of the Gondor forces as well. Yeah, things weren't working out too well for the attackers, but that second Olag High unit seems to have really tipped the scale in their favour. And it looks like the Troll Catapult helped a little bit as well. It looks like the trebuchet's out of ammo. The crew's run away, all being committed. Okay, here we go. We got the Mumakil here firing into the Gondor forces. Mumakil, I don't know if he's allowed to use the Mumakil or not, but these guys here, looks like they just all died in the one spot somehow. Surprised the Mumakil can't charge into the Gondor forces. Maybe it's part of the rules. Oh, solid charge there from the War Beast. Just annihilated the Pelargon Marines. Pentagon Cavalry stuck their lances into him. Oh, Mumakil just trying to use up all their archer ammunition. I guess they weren't allowed to charge with their Mumakil. A bit unfortunate. Okay, the attackers here, they're entering the city. Well, they gotta stop firing that catapult. The friend is Retrian here, charging into the streets. Well, the attackers at least have taken the courtyard and the lower level. Still got to clear the defenders on the walls. much of an army is left up here? Fairly decent force. 61 to 73. Scion Rim in loose formation. The warlord should be allowed to get these guys inside the city, and he probably should have. Come on, get him inside. Well, they won't be allowed to get him inside now. Nah, that's a slaughter right there. He should have been allowed to put the Sun Rim where the warlord's putting, sorry, Tintin's putting his pikemen. Yeah, he's bringing them into tight formation now, but it's a strange move there. I don't know why the warlord was asked to do that. I don't know. Still got Ravenhelm's Candros alive up here. It's taking a while to kill them. I probably will ×2 speed it. Okay, attacker's getting ready for the second tier assault. Now that is very surprising. How did the Loke Siren get away with that one? That's probably the Warlord's general there. Rune's general is now gone. But the fact that they killed the Gondor general, he's very nice. The general must have been part of the Enochian Honor Guard unit. Okay, Rune's got some decent forces here, but damn, the Sun Rim would have been really good to have right about now. I think the attackers, since they're allowed to use the wall, since the defenders can't knock down any walls either, having the Nazgul mixed in with this force here to hold out the defending forces from getting in is probably the move I would use. It doesn't look like the Nazgul are here, which is unfortunate. The other captains are also gone. They've moved off somewhere. Oh no, here comes the Nazgul. That's good to see. Good. They need this. The runic forces here need a bit of a buff because they've lost their general too. Remember that. We'll head up to the second level shortly. Gondor's making their way inside. They've still got a few units left. We're also coming over the walls here. It's a good thing the Olog high here to try and drive them back. Orc javelins probably needed up here. Because the Temple Executioner is coming up. But it doesn't look like the attackers really have the forces to get past this bunch. We need better troops than this. Anyway, 71 to 82. These are just Gondor archers. Low Camp Rim down to 6. Siren down to 13. They're up against superior forces. We have some Varag mercenaries here. But the attackers don't have anything to protect their flank. We've got some troops already streaming through from the up top tower. And while this defense is pretty good for the attackers, the fact that the defenders now can get behind them means this defense should really start crumbling very fast. And the Nazgul are good, but they need more time to cut through the enemy ranks. 74 to 85. I just don't see the attackers winning the battle at this point. Just looking at the quality of the attacking troops left at their disposal. The only real ace in the hole is the Nazgul. And they've been on the front lines now for a little while, trying to hold back this enemy army outside the city, taking a lot of damage. We got Rag mercenaries being sent up here for some reason. They won't be able to get through the enemy forces, and they can't really shoot. Or it's possible actually. A unit in tight formation possibly can hit the defending forces in the back up the hill there. This is asking a lot of the Temple Executioners, especially with forces that Farkin has left in play along with Flame. I just don't see that going the way. Plus, they've also got a trebuchet still at their disposal. Nah, it's not looking too good for the attackers at this point. Orc-Archers from Beastie. Decent firing angle. Here comes the Gondor Spearman from Tuck. And this is what I was afraid of. We've got Uruk Captains here from Beastie. Pretty much a full unit. I don't know whose general that was up on the walls there. Could be Herod's. '83 to '89. Attackers still clawing back here. Oh, that came from the troll catapult. What the hell happened to those trolls? Arid of Albu? That'd be pretty impressive if that was the case. Yeah, Uruk Captains here, they're down 37. They were at 46. The attackers here maybe got a little bit too confident. Most of their forces ran across the gateway, and the Northern Honor Guard is flanking them. Nicely timed charge there from the Northern Honor Guard. The attackers got a little bit ahead of themselves, pushing across like they did. Didn't really remember that there was another force out there until they had slammed into them from the side. Okay, Gondor General there, fallen. Now, can Tuck do enough damage to the forces below? If he can, then this battle is in the bag for the defenders. It's too bad the Troll Catapult isn't using fire ammunition. That would definitely help out the attackers, you'd have to think. We've got Serpent's Fangs over here. We have Gondor Archers firing to the backs of the attacking forces up here. Well, to the defenders' credit, they are sallying out, which is good to see. We don't have too long left in this fight. The battle is close, but I think a critical error on the attacker side was definitely their approach with the Blackguard at Barad-dûr. I'm sorry to put all that pressure there on that player that was in charge of that. I don't mean to just single you out. But if the Blackguard had just charged through the enemy forces instead of hanging behind, maybe it was a glitch, maybe you were trying to do maybe you were trying to do what I was saying, but just couldn't. That's possible. I'll leave that possibility out there. But because the Blackguard just hesitated or just couldn't get through before the Athelian Rangers really started firing, that just allowed the Minas Morgul chosen units to just take too much damage. And that's why this attacking line didn't really get as far as it could have. And the more attacking units would have been kept alive there. had that Black Elevator unit been able to charge through successfully. Also, there's a couple of units there which stayed in loose formation despite reaching the walls in Minas Tirith. That definitely played a part in the attackers losing as many units as they did outside of the walls as well. I'm not too sure why maybe they forgot. It's possible they just forgot to put their troops into loose formation. Again, hopefully the players can put that in the description below what happened there with that. But 91 to 98, we are pretty much done here. We're just going to see the remaining units mopped up. Congratulations on the defending forces on their victory. And we'll just see the Lamrock and Gondor here mop up the last of the units. And that is it. Now, this was a scenario, hence we can't see the names of the players. But we had a Flame of Arnor, Hammer, and Farkin, and the last player, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, I'm sorry. We had over here Warlord from Maroon, I remember. Tintin for Harad, and Beastie and Dominion R were the other ones. So I forgot the second Gondor player, I'm sorry, mate. 1569 for Arnor, or Dalemroth. 3596 there for Gondor, and 1651 for Gondor. Rohan 1229, not bad there for an all-cav army. Captain of Gothmog 1345, second Mordor 1200, Tintin 1046, and Warlord 793. Unlucky there to Warlord. Okay, best performing kills there were the Wanderers and Emerald, not too surprising there, 372. Bucks and Renegades, impressive 201, and Dornell Pikeman 226. Used right, Pikeman can get a crap ton of kills. Just gotta make sure no one's firing at them at the time. So able just to keep the enemy in front of them, they'll do very well. And that is it. So thank you to Flame of Arnold for sending me the replay, and thank you to all players involved. I'll try to do replays where and if I can. I am pretty busy these days, but I had some time to record this, so I'm doing it. And yeah, hopefully I'll get another replay out soon, and hopefully you guys enjoy your Christmas wherever you are in the world, and Happy New Year to you all. Maybe get a couple of replays out before the year ends as well, and a couple of streams in too. Scouts of Entertainment signing off. Goodbye everyone, take care, see you in the next Third Age Reforged battle.